Hello SOLIDWORKS Power Users and welcome to the 17 Power User Challenge. This is the first challenge dedicated solely to programming. So the winner will have to write a macro. I will provide you with all these files, or at least the geometry of these parts. Unfortunately, they were created in SOLIDWORKS 2018, and for those of you who do not have this software, I'm pretty sure you would appreciate receiving this geometry in parasolid format. All these are checking pins. The scope of this macro is to create a new body that will represent the round bar stock from which these pins will be machined. Let's take a look at an example. The macro will ask the users to select two faces. So I'm the user, so I click a button, I get a property manager popping up, and it's going to ask me to select a flat face. So I can select, let's say, this face, or I can select the one on the bottom, and a cylindrical face. So in this case, the user will select the main cylindrical face of the body. We don't want the macro to try to find the face itself. There are too many variables here, so the user is going to select these two faces. At that point, the macro is going to create a sketch on the planar face that was selected, and it's going to put a circle on that sketch that's going to be concentric to the cylindrical face selected. The circle should encompass the whole body. Pretty much the projection of the body on this plane should be contained inside the circle. So the smallest circle that you can put around this part. An example is of the result is, let's use Shift Tab for that, is this. So you can see here the end result. Now, for extra points, your macro should also have a space where the user can add a value. Let's say 116 or 18 or whatever value the user has to wants to write there. Now, what's going to happen with that value? The diameter of the circle that's going to be, let's say, based on the smallest circle you can put around this part is going to be increased to the next fractional value that is represented by the user input. So for example, imagine this is going to be 0.45 and the user types there 116. So it's going to be increased, the diameter is going to be increased to the closest number that can be divided by 116, pretty much. That's how I will specify. Of course, the user can say 0 there, and then there's going to be no increase in diameter. I can also say 18, so it's going to be increased to the next 18. It's not going to be plus 18, but just go to the next 18 value. Notice that the resulted body will not be merged to this one, so it's going to be a separate body. For extra points, you will also add two properties. One is going to be called stock diameter, and it's going to be equal to the diameter of this, and one is going to be stock length. It's going to be the length of the cylinder. You will win by making the most pleasing and efficient macro. When I say pleasing, it would be nice to minimize the user interaction as much as possible. It would be nice to have a very clear property manager. It will be nice to remember the user selections or the user input on the fractional value. And the other thing that's very important is that for the custom properties and for the stock size, stock feature, to be parametrically linked to the original model. So if I change anything up to here, when I hit rebuild, the stock feature, the stock body should update following the rules in that property manager. So it's going to be to the next 1/16th, and it's going to reduce or increase the length or the diameter based on the geometry of this body. That is extremely important. Same thing for the two custom properties. Thank you very much and good luck.